Hey Earthy people, welcome back to my channel. I'm Gerard, Witch of Earth's Curious Goods, and today I'm going to show you how to improve your magic. So, pour yourself a drink, pull up a chair, and let's talk magic. And without further ado, let's begin. Alright Earthy people, so the first thing I want to start off with is I want you to take this video, I want you to watch it fully, and then I want you to adapt it to your own practice, your own craft. When it comes to using these recommendations, this is based upon my practice, what I've found, some things that I do to make sure that my magic is always at its peak or at the best that it can be. So feel free to use some of it, use all of it, but adapt it to your practice, and hopefully it helps you out. So, the first thing we want to talk about is confidence, right? You have to have confidence in yourself and confidence in your magic, okay? Confidence is key, as a good friend of mine would always tell me and say around me all the time, and it kind of just stuck with me. And it's super important that you are confident in yourself, because if you aren't confident in what you're doing, how can your magic hope to hit its target or manifest on this plane when you don't have the confidence to see it through, okay? It's have that bravery, have that confidence to know that you are one of the baddest witches on this planet, right? And the more you tell yourself this, the more that you instill yourself with these traits, the stronger it'll be, right? Because you're confident. You're confident that that magic is going to work. You're confident that the spell that you just casted is going to hit its target. You're confident that what you want will manifest on this plane, right? So confidence is key. The next thing I want to talk about is stepping away, okay? So don't be afraid to step away from your magic, okay? And here's the reason why. Is that sometimes it's like when you want something to work so badly, you fixate on it, you concentrate so much on it that you want it to work, and then you find that the more that you want it to work, the more that it doesn't work. So it's okay to step away. I don't care what anybody in the magic community tells you, it's okay to step away. I've been practicing magic for over 23 or 26 years. I'm not going to tell you. For a very long time. Let's put it that way. And in that time, and you'll see Butterby come in and out of frame. He's always curious when it comes to magic and witchcraft. So, and him being my little familiar, I just love him. He's just so cute. But anyhow, where was I? Yes. Stepping away. It's okay to step away from your magic. I stepped away from my magic for about a year, and it was just so that I could really figure out what was going on with myself, what was going on with my magic, why wasn't my magic and me in sync with each other anymore, there was a lot of questions that I had, and the more that I kept practicing, the more questions just kept arising, so I had to pause. And it's okay to step away. Now, that's not for everybody. I'm not saying that like, oh gosh, if you have questions, step away from your magic, step away from your craft. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that some of us need to step away from our magic. Some of us need to step away from our craft, just so that we can see the bigger picture, see the micro version of it, or maybe your heart's just not in it at the moment. Stepping away gives it that revitalization, right? Gives it that, okay, let me refocus. Let me come back to this now. Which leads me to try again. Now, when it comes to your magic, when it comes to your spell work, you're going to find that you're going to do a spell and it's not going to work. No matter what you did. And let me tell you, I have done some spells where I am sure, 100% sure that they will work, right? I have results, I have documented results, I have been doing the same spell, I can do it like the back of my hand, right? But for some odd reason, on this day, when I did this spell, when I actually casted it, nothing. Poof. So it's okay to try again, right? Even if that spell has been successful in the past and then it just failed you this one time, come back to it. Make sure that you document your results, but do try again, okay? Because it could be the planets and its alignment if you do planetary magic. It could be your energy level. It could be the energy around you. It could be the day. There's so many factors that play into your magic. There also could be a lot of obstacles. There's a lot of things that can go into making your spell not work versus it working. So try the spell again. Don't be afraid to do that. I have so many people where they'll cast the spell, oh, it didn't work, oh, throw that out. No, wait, before you throw it out, you might need to tweak it. You might need to come back to it. You might need to try it on a different day, different time, different lunar phase, different solar phase. Try different things. If it's something that you really want to work, if you want it to really manifest, you're going to try again. And I touched on it, but your success and journaling. Make sure that when you are successful with your magic, you write it down and you journal, you keep a log of it. I want you to be the scientist of your practice. I want you to be the vlogger of your life, right? Your practice. Every time that it is something successful, I want you to write it down. Every time that it failed, I want you to write it down. The reason for it, especially for your successes, I want you to always write down your successes. Everybody knows, if you've been in the craft for a long time, if you've been practicing for a while, you'll always have that. The imposter syndrome will show up, okay? Sometimes you'll question, am I doing this right? Am I just thinking that my magic is working and it's never really worked? Maybe my magic will never work. There's a lot of things that will pop up, and you doing those journaling techniques, by doing notes, by logging your successes, you can go back. I have gone back to my notes that I've done for certain spells, and I remember, I'm like, Gerard, you're a badass witch. These spells have really worked, you know? And it's one of those affirmations, those confirmations that you'll need throughout your journey as you're practicing more. So as that imposter syndrome comes up, I want you to thank it, tell it that it no longer serves you, and read your successes. Look at how successful your magic has come. Look at the journey that your magic has come, from the growth of the beginning to now. Or maybe you're just starting on your journey, okay? It's super important that you log your successes so that as you're continuing on, you can go back and be like, oh wow, look at that spell and how well it worked. Look at all of these wonderful things. And same thing with the spells that didn't work, the ones that you want to come back to. Okay, it looks like I did it on a Monday, on a full moon, and that didn't work. But let me try it on a Tuesday during a new moon and see if that works, okay? So by logging and journaling your successes, it helps with your imposter syndrome. It helps you to perfect your practice, your magic, your craft. Next thing I want you to do is I want you to connect with nature, okay? And it could be something as simple as just going to a park, sitting down, and noticing all the little things. I want you to be present, though. I want you to not look at your phone. I don't want you to talk to anybody, but just be present in that moment. Feel the sun on your skin, hear the birds. Maybe you can't go out. Maybe you're somebody that cannot, maybe you're not very mobile. That's fine. I want you to be present in the home. If you can, I would highly recommend to get your hands on a plant. Maybe even for some people, I've recommended like just getting even just a little bit, a pot with just some soil in it. Notice the smell. Take your hands and put it into the soil. A lot of people like to ground. So if you ground and you know what that means, then putting your feet onto some soil, okay, on some dirt. So maybe you can't go out and about. These are some ways that if you're not very mobile, to be able to still do it within the space that you're in. And by doing that, by connecting to the planet that you're on, you are aware of that it's not just you, that the world is much bigger than you, that you are just one piece of a larger puzzle, okay? It helps make you feel included, where your magic is coming from. Maybe you are a lunar witch and you're taking in the moment of the moon. Maybe you're a solar witch, taking in the moment of how the sun feels on your skin. There's so many different walks of life, so many different paths of magic, but I want you to be present. I want you to connect with nature, connect to the earth that you're living on. You only get one earth. The next thing I want you to do to improve your magic is breathe. Breathing is so important in my opinion, okay? I have found that my magic has dramatically increased by just doing breath work. Just noticing the inhale and the exhale, okay? I do work with a lot of the elements, so the element of air is a very, very, very close thing for me. It is very personal for me. So breathing in the energy of air is super important for me, okay? I found that it brings in energy, exhales the energy that I don't want. It helps you connect with the space that you're in, the area that you're in, breathing in that air, breathing it out, okay? It's calming the system. So don't forget that that breath work is super important. Notice how many times you're breathing in and breathing out. Feel the energy of the air. Feel your magic. Feel all of that energy coming in. I always like to say that I'm breathing in energy and exhaling energy that has already been used or is no longer serving me, so I'm letting it all out. So breathing that in, breathing out, doing breath work comes a lot. It also helps to calm the mind, if you notice. As you're doing your breath work, you'll notice that if maybe you're about to do a spell and you are just not in that space, that mental space, breathing can help with that, right? It helps calm, it helps center, helps ground you. So don't forget the importance of breath work. Super important to improve your magic if you're not already doing it. And with breath work, to improve your magic, visualization and touch, okay? And why I'm adding those two together and to improve your magic is visualization, just like the word is saying, it has the word visual. Now, not all of us are going to be good at visualization, okay? And when I say visualization, the word visual is in it, but I'm not talking about like, I want you to see it with your eyes, okay? I want you to be able to close your eyes. To practice, I would recommend to like, look at a candle flame or look at like a little bulb, not too long because you don't want to damage your eyesight, but just enough to like, you know, when you close your eyes, you see that after image. See how long you can hold that after image. See how long you can hold that flame in your mind's eye as your eyes are closed, right? And you'll start to notice that you'll get better at that, at holding that image. And then you'll notice that other images will start to play, okay? That'll help out with visualization. Now let's just say that you're just not good at visualization. Then I want you to say it out loud, okay? So maybe it's a particular spell and it's asking you to visualize a block, right? I want you to say that I am now seeing a block. It's white, it's cold, it has 4 sides, it is now in front of me. That way maybe you're more auditory versus more of the visual part of it. But that'll help you see that image, it'll help you create that image. But to push it to another level, what I have found personally is touch. So if I'm trying to visualize energy going to, let's just say, my throat chakra, I'm literally going to touch my head all the way down to my neck, and I'm just going to either tap it or just circle that area, right? If I have to visualize energy going from my body into my wand, for instance, I'm going to just take my arm, my other hand, and as I'm trying to visualize it, I am seeing the energy move through my body, but touch will help you visualize that so that you can feel it, right? Just so lightly. Don't do it so harsh, but very lightly, and as you're visualizing. Soon you won't have to do the touch part, but I found that it helps bring that visualization to be stronger, to help that realization that energy is now moving up my arm or moving through my body to get to my throat chakra, or maybe it's my third eye, I'm going to tap that third eye or circle that third eye. But touch is super important because you can feel it, right? So maybe visualization is just really hard for you and the auditory part is not working for you. Try touch, right? Another sense, a super important sense. So if you have to feel a warm light traveling through your body, cup your hands and just feel the warmth from your hands going throughout your body. Next, I want you to have intentional clothing, okay? So let's just say that you're about to do some baneful work. You might want to wear all black, right? Help absorb some of that energy, gives you that state of mind, but maybe you might not want to wear light colors if you're going to be doing baneful work. And vice versa, you may not want to wear dark clothing if you're trying to do a healing spell. Maybe you're going to want to dress in all white, or maybe you're just trying to dress to help with your mental space, okay? Me, I have my ritual cloak and clothing. Sometimes I will go all out because I'm trying to get into that magical state of mind, okay? Back then, a lot of witches and spiritualists back then had to wear a lot of dark colors because they were running around in the forest, and you didn't want to get caught by the village, of course, because, you know, it was very taboo way back when, so it was great to hide yourself if we were all in black and, you know, hiding in the forest and so forth, but I digress. Nowadays, I just love the color black. It just makes me feel witchy. I like the way it looks on me. It's one of my favorite colors. I notice that it does help with absorption of energies, so it also helps if anything's trying to interfere with my magic. So that's just me personally, but I want you to be very intentional with your clothing. Don't wear something tight and constricting where it's hard to breathe if you're trying to do your magic. You want something comfortable. You want something loose. You want your energy to flow, right? So you wearing something really tight to your magical space may not be so conducive to making that spell work. Which leads me to music and listening. I want you to also be intentional with the music that you listen to before you do your craft, right? I am not going to be listening to heavy metal, somebody screaming, and then try to get into a loving space and do a love spell, right? You might want to be intentional with your music. You might want to, and maybe that does help you with, you know, maybe when you're doing a love spell, I'm not, you know, I'm just saying that for me personally, that doesn't get me into a very loving energy. I might want to listen to something a little bit more tranquil, a little bit lighter. Sometimes I don't even want any words in my music before I'm doing some craft work. Maybe I'll listen to some drumming or just a river flowing, just nature. This is me personally. But I want you to be intentional with the music that you're listening to before you do your craft, right? Okay, you're not going to want to be listening to a lot of sad songs and something that's making you depressed, and then you're going to get into your circle, and then you're going to get to your craft, and you're going to be like, okay, it's time to do my magic. Hopefully this works. Oh no. Okay, I don't want you to be the Eeyore of the day when it comes to trying to do your magic, because that will affect it. I promise you, as sure as day, your mood will affect your magic. So try to listen to music that will help to get you into that mood, if you listen to music at all. And that leads me to just listening in general. You don't want to be around a lot of people that are very negative, or maybe it's someone that you share stories about your craft or magic and they are very negative about it or very against magic, or you're always having to defend yourself. And then you get into your personal space or you're ready to go do your spell. Those words are still spells, okay? There's a reason why it's spelling, okay? Those words hold power, and your subconscious doesn't know the difference. It just knows that it's hearing all of these things. Your body is taking it all in. It's creating energy. It's just taking all those things and making it happen, right? If someone keeps telling you like, oh, that doesn't exist, that's not real, how could you do magic? How could you even think you're a witch? First off, I don't even know how those are your friends or why you're around those people, but I don't want to judge. I'm just saying that before you do your magic, you may want to not have a lot of contact with people. And there's a lot of people that are empathic, pick up energy really quickly. I do notice that when I'm around a lot of people, I do tend to take on a lot of energy. I'm not as empathic. I'm just saying that I can feel their energy, their moods, and so forth. And so I try not to be around a lot of people before I do my magic, because I know that that will affect the way that my spell works, that my craft works. I need you, though, to figure out what is going on with your energy levels, who you're listening to, and be intentional with your music, because you may find that it is affecting your magic. And the final thing is, listen to your body, okay? There are times, and I mean there have been times, where I've had a full day. I just don't feel like doing magic. Don't do your magic. It will only disappoint you if you force yourself. Now, if it is, like, for instance, I'll give you guys an example. There was just a blue moon, and I didn't have the highest of energies. When it comes to full moons and things like that, my energy level, I noticed for me personally, is very low or very scattered. So when it comes to things like a blue moon or a solar eclipse or something that is, it's going to take another 20, 30 years to appear kind of thing, you might want to gather up enough energy, drink some coffee, drink an energy drink, whatever you need to do, run a marathon to try to do that magic. But besides the rare occurrences or instances, when it comes to your body, I want you to listen to it, okay? If you have a headache, you're not feeling well, don't try to cast that spell. Don't try to do baneful work. Stop, rest, re-energize, and then come back to it, okay? Because your magic is an extension of you. It is an image of you. I work with the elements, for instance, and I'm not going to go to the north and ask for earth to, do certain things and work with me here, and my energy level is really low, and I'm pretty sure you can't hide that, right? So it's going to be very hard to control your magic or to cause manifestations if your energy level is low, if you're not in the best frame of mind, not in the best state of mind to do your magic. So listen to your body. If you're tired, you're tired, right? If you're mad, if you're sad, it's okay. Come back to it. You don't have to do that spell then. Maybe you're also working with a certain day or a certain lunar phase. Totally understand that, but plan it correctly, right? So suppose you have to do it on a new moon. It's okay. We're going to have to wait till next month. Just be well prepared for the new moon for next month, or the full moon, or the waning moon, or the waxing moon. But I want you to just listen to your body. You'll find that you just doing that, you doing that self-care, you're going to find that it helps you 100-fold when it comes to your magic. Because, like I said, magic is an extension of you. Well, earthy people, I hope you found today's video informative. I hope you found some things in today's video that maybe will help you with your magic, your craft. Go ahead and make it your own. Go ahead and adapt it to your craft to make it work for yourself. But I just wanted to make sure to share these things because maybe, just maybe, it'll help you with your magic as well. As always, love yourself and others. And until next time, I look forward to seeing all of you. Bye for now.